Hello. Hi, it's me again, Lindley. I am back streaming again. It is my second stream back, and I'm really excited to be here. Like always, I just get so, I don't know, I get so excited. As you can see, I am working again on my piece for my grandparents. I'm really happy with how it's coming out so far. I kind of like, that's all the stuff we did last time. Still got a lot of work. Still got a lot of work cut out. Go ahead and I guess we're gonna go ahead and get into it. As you can see, my setup is a little different this time. I have, this is my, what is this called? My laptop right here, my MacBook right in front of me, looking at the nice little setup right there. And then I've got my Logitech over here. I had some technical difficulties today, but we managed to push our way through. So I've got my Logitech here. I'm hoping to kind of upgrade my stuff soon. Sooner than later would be nice. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully in the next couple of streams, which I will be doing a lot more frequently. Hopefully in the next couple of streams you will see a little bit better quality, hear a little bit better quality. I know that some wacky shit goes on with this, with the mic built into the webcam, and so hopefully that will be updated and fixed soon. Listen, I'm fighting for my life out here. I am not a tech wizard in the least, so this is all kind of new to me. I'm trying my best, needless to say. So, without further ado, I have decided to just, yeah, have another painting day. It's really at this point just like, I need to get this done, and so it's just motivation for me to do it. I probably won't be streaming for a super long time today, partially because, oh, also, okay, wait. Okay, I'm not gonna be streaming for a super long time today because I started late, and so I have other stuff I have to do today, unfortunately. But I am hoping to still get a good amount of streaming in. The other thing I was going to say, I have some quiet, copyright-free music playing. If you can hear it. I don't even know if you can hear it, so please let me know if you can, or if it's too loud, or if I'm too loud, or if any of the anything is incorrect and you hate it. Please let me know, because otherwise, I remember last time, like the way long ago, because I did like 3 streams last year. Whenever I did those, I like got like halfway through. It was like an hour and a half in to a stream, and my friend came on and she was like, "Oh, I can't hear you. Like I can't hear anything you're saying." She told me that in chat. I was like, sick. So hopefully that is not the case here. I really hope not, because I'd rather not be silent for, you know, an hour and a half whilst streaming. That's not really like professional. I would say that that's not very professional. So if there's any issues, definitely let me know. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I was trying to understand better like the rules and regulations about music when it comes to streaming, because like I personally am the type of human who very much so needs like background music. Oh, for example, my Spotify, what was it? My like hours streamed on Spotify, like for my Spotify Wrapped. I think it was like 8,300, not 8,300, holy shit, that'd be ridiculous. I don't think that's even possible. 83,000 minutes throughout the year, which is like, I think I was in the top, like, I don't know, I think I was in the top 94 or something percent of all Spotify listeners. And it's, again, like I'm saying, just because I always have to have music playing in the background. So last stream, I felt very much so like, okay, I need to make noise the whole time that I'm streaming because there's no noise and I need noise. So hopefully having this music will help me not be quite so endlessly chatty. However, as you can see, I am already chatty. Um, I don't know. I just get chatty and then I just be talking. What can I say? I'm a talker. I get it from my mother and her side of the family. They are from very southern Louisiana, and or not even from southern. They're from northern Louisiana, but very very southern family. And one of their like things that they do as a family, like whenever we all get together as a family, is we just sit around and visit. Call it visiting, and it's just essentially everyone sitting in a big circle and everybody's just talking. We're all just talking to each other, just telling stories, chatting, visiting. Um, so I definitely get the talking from my mom's side. My dad's side is like very Midwest, Iowa, like corn huskers type of vibe. And so his side of the family is much more quiet and reserved. Well, okay, that's not true. They're wild and fun and whack and crazy sometimes, but they can be much more quiet than my mother. They don't need like the continuous chatter or the continuous noise like I do, clearly. um, so it's interesting. It's really interesting too seeing like my dad interact with my mom's side of the family because for him like he'll get overwhelmed sometimes by the amount of talking that's happening. Even in like our own households, whenever I have an older sister, whenever the four of us were, because obviously both my sister and I don't live at home anymore. I'm currently just home because winter break and all. But whenever the four of us were living together still, it was very interesting because sometimes my dad would just say, "No more words. We're done with words. No more words." Because it would just be too much for him between my sister, my mother, and me. Because all three of us are quite chatty folks. So very funny the way that man had to deal with all of that. But yes. In any case, the music is there to not be, to act as a, I don't know, like a barrier, I guess, for whenever I feel like I am talking too much and don't want to talk anymore, but still don't want silence because, I don't know, I feel weird to have silence. Anywho, I am out here. Sorry, I just was checking the stream health and all of that, just streamer things. I am, how am I doing? I'm doing good right now. I am happy. I don't know. Actually, I'm really happy. Today has been like a really good day so far. So that's exciting. I've been doing good today. I don't know. It was weird. I like woke up and I was just like, yep, today's a good day. And I like was meditating, which meditation always helps me like get in a good mood. And then I don't know, it's just been good vibes all around today. So I'm hoping that this stream will continue that energy and whatnot. I really don't think, I already said this, but I really don't think I'm going to stream for super long today. Probably, hello, only about another hour and a half or so, just because I haven't gone to the gym yet today, and I really am itching to go for a swim. So I want to do that before it gets too dark, because I'll tell you what, going to the gym at dark, especially in the winter, I don't know, there's just something terrible about it. I hate it. The vibes are completely off. So I'm trying to not have that happen. I have to like be motivated, and really want to be in like, I gotta be in a good headspace to go to the gym, if you know what I mean. And so I am gonna finish up here quickly enough so that, I mean, it's probably gonna be dark still by the time I go because it's winter and it gets dark at an ungodly hour in the wintertime, which honestly, I'm not a fan of the winter. I will not lie to you. I'm just distinctly not a fan of the winter because of the cold, and I hate being cold. Like, that is my least favorite condition of all of the, I would take being sick over being cold, honestly. But there's just something distinctly terrible about it being cold and dark, and that's like 90% of winter. And so it's just not for me. You know, I totally respect someone who likes winter. You know, good for you. I get it. You're happy. Love that for you. Not for me. I am a sunshine, summer, hot weather. I would like to be sweaty, please. um Not really, but like you know what I mean. Like I want to be cooking a little bit rather than this BS that we've been dealing with. Um it's so funny because like I distinctly felt this fear overcome me last year. So I'm in Texas, if you did not know this, and you don't know me in person. If you do know me in person, hello, hi. If you don't know me in person, hello, hi. Um, but so last winter, if you didn't know, Texas had like a really horrible experience with the cold because, fun fact, Texans don't know how to deal with the cold. Like 0%. And so I'm doing the thing. Hi, this is the other camera. I don't know why I do this sometimes. I just sometimes like to switch cameras. I'll just be over here chatting for a little bit. And then I'm going back. But yes, so in any case, last winter, we had the freeze TM trademark. We had the Texas freeze that occurred, and it was a horrible experience of essentially Texans not knowing how to deal with the cold. Not only like Texan folk, but also like the Texas government not knowing what to do. And so, you know, terrible freeze comes and all of us lose power and are suffering. If you didn't know that, now you do. It was a terrible week. And where I am living got kind of like a very bad brunt of it all. Or at least like my particular neighborhood. I don't know what happened there, but we were unfortunate in that regard. And so we lost power on a Friday, I want to say, and then we didn't get power back until that next Thursday. So 6 days without power, and I think we were 4 or 5 days without water. Which was very not fun. It was my mother, my dad, and I all here. And okay, the reason why I was here in San Antonio, this is the wackest part of it all. The reason why I was here in Austin, oh, yep, name dropping. The reason why I was here in Austin and not in San Antonio where I go to school is because like a week prior, my mom and dad had come to visit me and my sister in San Antonio. And my dad had gotten COVID, so he didn't realize it at the time. But like the day after he saw us, we all saw each other. He started feeling really sick and tested positive, and so I had to go back home because I was living with people at the time, and I didn't want to get them sick, you know, expose everyone I was living with. So I went back home to be with my parents to quarantine with them, just in case I got it, which I did end up, and that was terrible. It wasn't nearly as bad for me, though, as it was for my dad. Oh my God, that was scary. Like, we all thought that he was gonna, like, he was super, super couldn't breathe. It was scary. But in any case, so we're all fine now, luckily, thank fucking God. But, so we were all quarantined together. My sister wasn't. She was still in San Antonio. But my mom, my dad, and I were all quarantined together. And then the freeze hit while we were quarantining. So not only could we leave our house because, you know, we couldn't leave because we didn't want to get anyone sick, but also because it's snowpocalypse. It was snowpocalypse. And so it was the most horrible situation of like 3 sickly individuals just huddling together by this fire with like nothing, no will to live, like literally cooking sausage patties over the fire to survive. It was a pitiful time, I will not lie, for our household. And thank God we didn't have any wood to burn. But thank God, one of my dad's very good friends, he lives kind of like out in the wilderness. I don't know how to explain it. He lives not in the city, and so he has a lot of wood. And so he was able to drop by, and he brought like an entire truckload full of wood for us. Because otherwise, it got so cold. So cold. Let me look at me. It got so cold. Like it was the worst thing I have ever experienced in my life. I genuinely remember thinking that my toes were gonna freeze off at some point. Yeah, very bad time. Very not good fun. Not good fun. Yeah, so dealing with sick parents, dealing with my sick self, whilst trying to stay alive, it was certainly an adventure. But all of that to say, big long story, all of that to say, I hate the cold infinitely more than I used to because of that experience. And so the other day we had like a snap, a freeze, like just like a little freeze, quick little some, like normal Texas freezes. And I kid you not, like I went into like kind of like freak out mode. Like I was like, oh my God, we don't have any wood. Like we need to, start charging all of our portable chargers, stuff like that. Just because like I was literally like brought back into that horrible experience. So that's fun. I love that happened. Luckily though, this winter, or I'm hoping that this winter will not be. I mean, to be fair, last winter was not bad at all, except for that, and then we had a couple of other snowstorms, which is just like so very rare for Texas. Like I remember before last year, like snow happened once every 3 to 5 years, you know? So it's really strange that we had so much last year, but I'm hoping that that will not occur again this year and that we will have a very calm, chill winter and it will end very quickly so that we can get back to summer. Um, I think part of the reason why I like summer so much, I mean, like it just makes me happy because I am like a happy outdoorsy, that kind of person. I like the sunshine, and so I want to be outdoors and in the sunshine. And in the wintertime, I'm like, nope, 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 can't. I need to avoid. But in the summer, I don't know. There's so much more you can do, I feel like. You can go hiking, you can do all of this stuff on the water. I love swimming. I mentioned I'm going swimming after this earlier. I love swimming so much. It's I used to be a like a competitive swimmer. That was a really big thing for me for I want to say like 14 or so years of my life. I did competitive swim, which competitive swim is an adventure and a half, let me tell you what. That experience is certainly an interesting one. Like, listen, y'all, don't put your children in competitive swim. But so I did that for 14 years of my life, and so I love swimming. But I kind of stopped once I hit like high school. Like I stopped, I think like 10th grade or so. Just because like, I don't know, I didn't really want to do high school swim and I had kind of burnt out, not kind of, I had really burnt out. Like I had pushed myself so hard all through middle school for swim. And for what? Like girl, for what? But in any case, I pushed myself so hard through middle school, didn't want to do it anymore, burnt out and stopped swimming, all through high school. And then like having a sport hobby in college is like kind of weird and difficult because it's either like you join the team or you join. I mean, I guess I could have. I don't even know if my school has an IM swimming team. I probably could have checked it out, but like I still was kind of like in that stage of like I don't want to swim anymore. So I really just recently have gotten back into swimming for the first time in like 5 years, I want to say. And let me just say, it is amazing. It's so wonderful. I absolutely love it. It feels so good to be back in the water, and obviously I like have lost a lot of the skill that I used to have when it came to swimming, but it is still very nice and fun to get to do it. And like I still am pretty good. Like I can swim a mile and a half or so. No problem. Well, okay, not no problem. I take breaks obviously, but like, I can still swim pretty good distances. It's just that like my skill and my stamina. My stamina is certainly lower than it used to be. Which is frustrating. But again, that just comes back with time. So I'm happy that I'm back in the water again. It feels so good. If you're not into swimming, I would suggest, well, okay, obviously not everyone has to swim, but like, just try it. just try it once, because like just get in the pool and don't think, just start swimming laps. As many as you can, just like go. And it, like there's something so meditative about it. It feels so nice. I really love it. So I would suggest, if you would like to try a fun exercise outlet, swimming is honestly underrated when it comes to it. I feel like most people don't swim, and it's partially because like I don't know. I feel like it takes a little bit more effort. It's like you have to get in the suit, and then you're all like wet afterwards, and it's like a process. But very worth it in my opinion. So that's good. Um, that was my little swimming rant. Needless to say, though, you can swim in the winter, but it sucks like so very much because wet hair and cold weather is the worst combination. I used to swim year round, like for my swim team, and we had an outdoor pool only, and so like it'd be 30 something degrees at 5 o'clock in the morning, and my mother and I would like, she would drive me to this pool, this outdoor pool. Luckily the pool was heated, but like it was still absolutely ridiculous me being in a swimsuit at 5:30 in the morning, when it's literally like 40 degrees outside, and jumping into a pool. Like y'all, it's not cute. But I don't know. It was also like kind of just a weird environment in general, swimming. Like I don't know. I loved it. But swimming in the summer is certainly a better experience than swimming in the winter. I will not lie. As you can see, oh, I don't know. You can see this, right? I'm having to move things around on my laptop so I can see what you see. Yeah, the progress today is going to take a while because I am not very motivated. I mean, I'm motivated. I don't know. I am scatterbrained today. I feel like I say this always, but it is very easy for me to be scatterbrained and not concentrating on either A, what I'm saying, or B, what I am doing. So maybe I'll actually shut up for once and just work. We'll see how long it lasts. How's that? Oh, God, it lasted 2 seconds. If my music, or I don't even know if you can hear it, I have some nice, what is it? DMCA, whatever it is, DMCA free music that I've got going because I love music. I have said this before in the stream today already, but I just wanted some nice quiet tunes to be playing in the background. If it's too loud, if you can't hear it, let me know and I'll fix it. If you don't want to hear it, that's fine too. But I do have that as a nice little background moment. It sounds like some nice beats right now. I don't know exactly what is. It's really just one of those like DMCA free playlists that goes on for like 3 hours. So I have no clue what's on this, but it is what it is. Oh lordy, I don't know why it is so easy for me to get sleepy while streaming. I think it's partially just because like I kind of zone out and let my mouth run and let myself speak without, like, it's a very unfiltered speaking that occurs whenever I'm streaming. Oh, if you can see, I have switched up my scene today. Thank you, Amanda, for remembering the word. I have switched up my scene today, and so I'm standing, which A, is very nice and I am enjoying, but B, is like kind of tiring for my back. So I might have to like pause every now and then to stretch my back because on the topic of swimming, I got a really terrible back injury whenever I was 14? Yeah, I was 14, and I had done a swim camp, which is like a week long, hyper intensive, like all you do for a week from morning till night is swim. Part of the reason why I burnt out. And during that week, I pulled a muscle in my back really, really badly. Like it was not good. That shit hurted. And so ever since then, my back has just been kind of like absolutely messed up and not good in any way, shape, or form. I distinctly remember like some of the people who went to that camp with me not believing that I had pulled a muscle in my back, and I was like, "Hey team, listen, I'm in a lot of pain. Y'all gotta trust me on this one." Partially because it was like right before, so we had this like big workout that was like a mile swim, which like I can swim a mile no problem, but like a mile swim no stopping is like kind of difficult, even for a really uh like practiced swimmer, which at that point I was in my like peak swimming condition and I still was like not, like all of us were like not a mile. Cuz I think that's like 75 laps or something like that. In any case, so it's like I pulled this muscle right before we were supposed to uh do that, and so there were multiple people who were like, "Nah, you're just Josh and you just don't want to do it." And I was like, "No, y'all, I'm suffering right now. I am promise you." They had to like pull me aside and have PT, like physical trainers, like fix my back a little bit. It's still not fixed. It's still fucked, but you know, there was an effort that was made. But in any case, my back is still wackadoodly since then. Ever since then, my back has been wackadoodly. You know, when your back is wackadoodly, who can relate? Logic. Oh my god. Who out here is a fan of Logic? Because I won't lie, some of his early like is like 2010. I don't even know when his original albums came out. Some of his first albums, they were like decent. I won't lie. They were like okay. Like he had a couple of bangers that came out. Obviously he got very cringe very quickly. No offense, Logic. But you know, some of his OG stuff was alright. I kind of liked it. Kind of fucked with it. But then again, my taste in rap is very not good. Like objectively, I don't have a good taste in rap music. So, you know, maybe don't listen to me when it comes to rap. I don't really know much about it. So interesting. There's like bots that will come in sometimes and like in chat say weird things. I don't know why. If someone out there understands why bots will randomly chat in chats and say things and could explain it to me, that'd be great. I would appreciate it. It's very strange. And it also kind of makes me like wonder, like, okay, are my viewer count or whatever, is it counting the bots as like one of my viewers? Are they I don't know. I don't understand. There's still so much I have to learn about streaming. There really is. This being one of the many mysteries. Me and my technologically deficient self. Deficient? I don't know if that's the right word I wanted, but it's the one I'm going with, I guess. I hope that this is going to come out well. I'm intrigued to see how it's going to come out. I think it will be good, but only time will tell, you know? You know what I mean? Only time will tell. It was really cool. Last stream, I want to say I had a total of 6 people at one point, which, woo, that's a big deal, isn't it? 6 whole people. But it was really cool, and I am hopeful that I can have, I don't know, I think it's more fun when there are like more people in the chat and like in the room and whatnot, because then it doesn't just feel like me monologuing, but rather me like talking to people and chatting with people, which is nice. But hey, I'll tell you what, the number of streams, it's only 3. I only ever did 3 streams before. Okay, this is my 5th stream, so 3 streams before my most recent streams. All 3 of those, I streamed for like 3 hours straight, and it was just me, myself, and me talking to myself the whole damn time. I think at one point in one of my streams, I literally told this story that was like an hour-long story, and I just like got creative with it and was just like talking about, it was literally an hour-long story of like the randomest stuff. I don't even know, because apparently I'm very good at entertaining myself. But you know what? Sometimes that's all you need is a little bit of imagination, and then you can entertain yourself for hours on end. So, hey, apparently I'm quite good at entertaining myself. Because if it comes down to it, I'll do it again. I will. I'll just start telling stories because Lois Keys, I really enjoy doing that. It's fun to tell stories that are just like random, wacky stories about random, wacky stuff. Like the last story I told that was over a year ago now. I told it. It was about this like was it a bear? No, it was like this guy who I called the Joker. Not like the Joker as in the Joker from the Joker Batman series, but but the Joker like the card. Because the way I made this story is in my old living space, like the old apartment that I used to live in before I moved. I had this wall that had like a bunch of art all over it. And so I would just take like different art pieces from the wall and like make a story out of it. And I had a Joker card on the wall. And so my main character for the story was called the Joker, even though he was not the Joker that you may know or think of, I guess. But that was a really fun story. It was cool. Oh Lord. Along with swimming, something else that I do is I run a lot. I really literally all I do is cardio. Like I don't ever I saw this thing the other day that was like, if you're only doing cardio, like yeah, that's not good for you. You need to be doing weights. And I was like, I only do cardio. Because honestly, there's such a intense learning curve for weights and like I don't know how and I'm a baby. I'm baby, y'all. And so I have not breached the world of like machines yet because I feel like I'm just gonna pull up and look like an absolute buffoon. And everyone will giggle and gaggle at me and I will just look like a buffoon. So, have not breached that territory yet. Maybe I can make that a goal for this year is, start scoping out the weights scene. I know a couple of the machines, like maybe like three of them, which, I'll take, but it's certainly not enough to like do weights regularly. So I run a lot. Do I have my smoothie still? Okay, I have a smoothie, so I'm gonna take a sip of my smoothie because it's really good. I think this is the last of it. Mmm, so tasty. I also have a water bottle. Give me like 3 seconds. Oh wait, I have a scene for this. Y'all ready for this? This is so cool. Hee hee. Well, I'm back. Deeply apologetic about that. Crisis occurred whilst I was off screen. I was simply just trying to grab my water bottle because hydration nation. Um, and my lovely little this thingy here, it's literally just a bed sheet that I have tacked up because I don't know, I feel like it adds. It doesn't, but in any case, it fell like all the way fully down, and I was like, shit! So I had to climb up and take it. It's literally tacked into my ceiling with 2 tacks, which is nice. But in any case, sorry about that minor setback there. I'm back. Hello. Max, first of all, hello, welcome. Second of all, I definitely agree. Running is wonderful, and I do enjoy it. However, as I was saying before I got so rudely interrupted by my shit falling apart, my knees get absolutely eliminated whenever I run. Like, holy, not always. Sometimes it's fine. But the other day I was in San Antonio, and I went for a run, and it was like really cold outside, and so I think this might have had something to do with it. But it was really cold outside, and I went for a run, and I got back in my car after I had been running, and like, I have never felt such intense pain in my knees before. Like, it was severely painful. And maybe that's just because like I run bad and I have bad posture while I run or something, but I don't think so. I think I have good posture while I run. I try to like focus on, you know, keeping my spine tall and slightly bent forward and all of the good things. Maybe I need to like watch tutorials about how to run properly so I don't, because like that was, whew, I cannot be running if I'm in that much pain after, because that was not fun at all. But other than that, running is chef's kisses. I do agree. Very strong love for it. But yeah, cardio honestly far superior to weights. I say that because I'm biased because I am scared of weights. More specifically, the gym culture surrounding weights. Like, why is there gym culture? That's what I want to know. This is what I want to know. Why is there gym culture? It is baffling to me. Like, why can't we all just exercise in peace? Like, come on, folks. Why we gotta have obligations and societal norms for exercise? Can't I just vibe on the treadmill, please? Anyways, it's certainly strange, especially going to the gym at like such a small school that is the one that I go to, because you like know everyone at the gym, and that right there is like the weirdest concept of all, because it's like, I don't know, it feels like very being seen at the gym. And like, that is one place that I just simply do not want to be seen. Like, let me do what I need to do and then skedaddle on my way. But I don't know. Being at a small school in general is like a very odd experience. Like, very odd. I personally was not really, I don't know, in the social scene much in high school, but in college, my college is quite literally smaller than my high school was, so it's kind of like one of those things where you're in it, you know, like whether you want to be or not, like you're in it. Well, that's not true. I also did really want to be like try and figure out what it was like to be a socialite back in freshman and sophomore year of high school or of college, so I was very much so in it. Upon realizing it kind of sucks, I managed to, you know, step back, but it is so strange going to a small school because you know everyone, and maybe not everyone, but like, you know most people, which is an experience I didn't really ever have in high school. Like, I didn't ever really know everyone in high school, like I do in college. So it's literally just like walking down the campus, whatever main way, and it's like, oh hey, oh hey, oh hey, and that's how it feels. Like, can I just have one one day of peace, please. One simple day of peace would be nice. But yeah, small schools are whack. Very strange, very peculiar. My small school in general, I believe, is just a toxic environment. However, the education is good. I love my department. The Department of Communications at my school, absolutely smangin'. Really wonderful. The professors, chef's kisses. The staff and faculty who help the department thrive, literally amazing. Even the students, honestly, I feel like my department is one of like the chillest departments, the communication department. Like all of the students are relatively chill in my department, which is very nice. Because partially I feel like because communications is one of those departments where everyone goes and it's just like, I'm just here to have a good time. Like, I'm not taking things too seriously. I just want to learn about, talking and how messages are sent across the society we live in and cool shit like that. We're not thinking too much about things here. Whereas like philosophy, I took like one philosophy class. I think it was my sophomore. No, it was my junior year. Oh my god, and we did it on Zoom too. That was whack. But I took a philosophy class, and that was one of the wackest shit. Did you know that there's math in philosophy? I always feel like there's math in things that you don't realize that there's math in. Like there's math in philosophy. There's math in music. That one was shocking to me. I took an AP, what is it called? Music theory class in high school because, why not? It sounded interesting. I wanted to learn about music theory, cool shit. It was a lot more complicated than I thought it was gonna be. And like I can read music fine. I took piano lessons all through my childhood and, I know how to read music and whatnot. But damn, that shit was complicated. I was not prepared for any of it, let alone like the circle of fifths. Oh my lord, that was a beast for me to learn. And I've of course since forgotten all of it, as any good no longer in high school student does. They forget everything they've ever learned in high school. But at the time I remember being very confused and conflicted and not sure of what was happening. God, it's really been over an hour now. Has it? No, it's not even been an hour. It's been almost an hour. That's all I've gotten done. That is what it is. Actually, I don't know what time I started. I really don't. How long have I been streaming now for? Yeah, only 50 minutes. That's nothing. Oh, hello, Aria. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. AP Music Theory is absolutely garbaggio. Like, no one expects it to be the way that it is, but it is certainly that way, and it is shocking and devastating. And like I had such a nice teacher too. Like she was so kind and was like so positive about like us learning music theory, and I was just sat there because also, to be fair, like a lot of the other students, I was a theater student if you can't tell. Performance teehee. But a lot of the other kids in that class were like orchestra kids and band kids, and so they like were really into it and like knew the stuff and like knew composers, and like I kind of knew composers ish, but not really like they did. And it was just, yeah, it was messy. It was very messy. I remember like one of our final projects was we had to analyze a piece of music, and then we had to like present the analysis to the class. And I decided to do, because I decided to do an Elton John song, Gray Seal, which is a really good song. If you never heard it, it's off the Yellow Brick Road album. Give it a listen. But so I decided to do Gray Seal by Elton John, right? I was like one of the last people to go. Everyone else in that class was pulling up with like Tchaikovsky's Seventh Symphony or like shit like that, and I was there with like, oh, I've got Elton John, It was really cute and cringe. Very fun stuff. Needless to say, music is a lot more complicated than people make it out to be. It's not simply just, I mean, you can make it simple too. Like there is very easy ways to make music simple, but if you want to like get into the complicated shit, it is complicated. There's this guy on youtube.com that I have kind of been like a little bit fangirling over lately. His name is Jacob Collier, and I guess he was like kind of popping off during quarantine. I didn't ever find out about him though till recently. Jacob Collier, his whole thing is he like takes concepts in music theory and then he like breaks them and still makes, of course, beautiful music. And so like it kind of felt like redemption from me like almost failing that class. Like 6 years later, finding this guy who's like, nah, fuck music theory. I'm gonna make cool music that literally defies the rules of music theory. And I was like, yeah, Jacob Collier, you go. In any case, it's a very interesting character. You should listen to his stuff if you get the chance because it's very. It kind of sounds like alien music in a way. I don't know. It's like whenever I first heard it, my ears were like, "What? What is happening here?" But it's neat, very nifty stuff. So I would say a solid 8 out of 10 on my rating scale. But you know, I played an instrument. Yeah. Oh God, I'm so sorry. What instrument did you play? That's fun. Honestly, I wish that I had kept up. I played piano for like from kindergarten through 6th grade. So I learned how to like read music and do stuff then. Of course, I was like not good at it because I was a child, but I knew how to play piano, and then I played French horn in 6th grade, which French horn is certainly an interesting instrument. I'll tell you what, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was just weird, undeniably. Um, but but yeah, honestly, being in band in general is like such a strange thing, especially like in middle school. Like obviously I don't know the high school band experience with like marching band and stuff, which I'm sure that that is like a whole, I know for a fact that's like a whole culture. But for me personally, like being in band in 6th grade and being in French horn was absolutely the weirdest experience. The only redeeming quality of it was my teacher was the coolest lady in the world. I think her name was Miss Parsons. I think it was Miss Parsons. She was absolutely sick nasty. Loved her to death. I remember one time the saxophone. Oh, of course you played it for so long that all of the saxophones were so cool. I remember like seeing the saxophone section and being like, y'all are really cool, and I'm sat here with my French horn. But them saxophones, yeah, that was a cool. They were the cool kids. Them and percussion. God, why is percussion always like the niftiest of all of them? Like I feel like genuinely, especially in high school, drumline, every drumline ever is for some reason unnecessarily cool. And they know it too. They're like doing their thing and like flipping the stick and like they're ridiculously cool for no reason. At least at my school that's how it was. The drumline was like, because they would do the thing on like I don't remember what day of the week it was. I think it was Fridays. It was like prep Friday or like pep, like pep rallies. No, it was for pep rallies. Oh my God, I just completely forgot about the concept of pep rallies and like remembered. Yes, French horn. Okay, side note, French horn is really fucking difficult, which I think is part of the reason why I like only stuck with it for half a year, like a whole year. I think it was a year, because it was so difficult. And I had braces too at that time. Let me tell you what, playing a French horn with braces, very difficult. In any case, so I completely forgot about the concept of pep rallies until just now. But before every pep rally, drumline would like go through the halls of our school and like drum around the halls and stuff. And like that was the coolest. Oh my God. Not me nerding out over the drum line. It was very cool though. I liked that. I had like 0% pride for my high school at all. Like literally none whatsoever. Because we were an academic school and like not one part of us was sports oriented at all. Like literally we always would make jokes that people would go to the football games to see the marching band because like that was the best part of it. But there was I think there was one, I think my sophomore year, our football team didn't win a single game, which is pretty unepic if you ask me. That was pretty tragic. But yeah, so me personally went to very few of the actual football games, but or pep rallies. I really didn't go to many pep rallies either. Just was not super into the whole school spirit thing, I guess. Which is funny because I ended up being, hello. I ended up being on the principal. He had this like committee called the W, and it was like the presidents of all of the clubs and whatnot would meet with him once a month to like talk about what it was like being a student at his school, which was like kind of a cool thing. Like it was like an open forum where the like leaders of the school could essentially just come in and like talk about what the hell was going on. Um, and I wasn't a president or anything, but I was. Oh, my mother, bless her heart, she not forced me, but like very strongly urged me to be the representative for the parent student teacher PTSA, Parent Student Teacher Association, and so I was the student representative for the PTSA, which was like kind of cool. It was like I mean, I never did anything at all except just sit there in the meetings and listen to the teachers and parents be like, ah, yes, we need this amount of money to have t-shirts for this, whatever, X, Y, and Z event that's coming up. And like, ah, yes, we've got a bake sale in 3 months. Whose kids are gonna do the bake sale and stuff like that. But going on, it's always kind of going when Liz is not a flex. It was so cringe. Like literally, it was very bad. But that was like I said because we were in an academic oriented school. But yeah, so I was on the W club, which always felt kind of official and fancy. And I would like to say objectively that my principal really liked me. I don't know why. Like I never really did much of anything. I was a certifiable underachiever in high school. But you know, you learn from it. And I did, and now I am like quantifiably an overachiever, which is cute and fun and quirky. Not school overachiever. I don't know. I don't think I've ever really given a hoot nor a holler about school, and that's not great. But also like it's not important for me. Like I'm not gonna do anything. Like I'm not going to graduate school or anything like that. So it doesn't really matter that much for me. I feel so bad for people who have to like sincerely care about their GPAs and like it really, really matters to them because like what stress that must be. Like, I'm not trying to have that stress in my life. Y'all don't even have a football team? Aria, that right there. Like I don't even care about sports that much and that breaks my heart. I'm so sorry for you, my dude. What did you do? Like what would y'all do? Study? I mean, I guess that's kind of what we did too. We were in IB school. IB? Yeah, IB AP. I don't know why, but my brain just gave me IBS and I was like, nope, that's not that one. IBS is something else. Yeah, we were in IB school. I was not an IB student. I was an AP student because it seemed like absolute hell for the IB kids. But even AP, low-key, AP was hard as very, very difficult. Like AP, what is it? AP US history? Yeah, A push. That shit was complicated and unnecessarily difficult. Honestly, not a fan of it. I did not enjoy. But then again, like I have said, school, not my thing. Not really for me. I would much rather be like actually doing something of substance than learning useless facts. However, the stuff I'm learning now with my department is very not useless and very interesting, and I enjoy it for the most part. Sometimes some of my classes I'm like, for what? Literally for what? But for the most part, very interesting. I'm very curious if you can hear, sorry, I have to stretch my back occasionally because I'll tell you what, standing is difficult. It's not, it's just, I'm tired. God, I'm in a complaining mood today. I do deeply apologize for that. But I think I don't know, it's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. Let me reiterate, it's the weirdest thing. I have been waking up where my back and like my whole body really, it like aches. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like, you know that, and I'm not sick. Like I know I'm not sick, but you know that like feeling of like when you are sick and like your body has that weird like achy pain to it. When I wake up in the morning, and this has kind of been going on for a while now. When I wake up in the morning, my body has this like aching, and I don't know what in the world, what in tarnation is causing it. But I would like it to stop because it's rather frustrating to like, because like I want to wake up and be like ready to go, you know, like rearing to go with my day, but instead I wake up and my body's like no 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 no, which is frustrating. But if anyone knows why my body might like literally hurt when I wake up, please let me know. Please uh, send a carrier pigeon with the correct WebMD explanation as to why. Because I've looked, and WebMD tells me you don't breathe when you sleep. That's what one of the things that WebMD told me. It wasn't WebMD, it was like one of those, though. It was like, that probably means that your brain forgets to breathe while you sleep. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Another one said I have fibromyalgia, and I was like, I do not have fibromyalgia. Shut up. If you don't know what fibromyalgia is basically you just get like body pains. Like your body just hurts sometimes. And I was like, I do not have fibromyalgia. But I don't know. It doesn't, I got no answers as to why the body hurts, but it do. It dooby-dooby-doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Honestly, Scooby-Doo, really phenomenal series. I mentioned last stream about this. I have like a little cousin who is I think he's like 13 now, and he's very cool. First of all, love him. He's a great kid. But he like does like video essays, which we love. Good for him. And the one that he's currently working on, we were talking about it. It has to do with Scooby-Doo. And I don't know what it is, but like it has to do with Scooby-Doo. I know this. And he said that he was rewatching like every Scooby-Doo content ever created for this video essay. And I was like, wow, that's a lot. How many hours of like watching are you having to do to do this? And he was like, oh, I think it's like 84 hours or something like that. I was like, I'm sorry, you're watching 84 hours worth of Scooby-Doo content? Like the commitment, sir. That is a level of dedication right there. So whenever my cousin comes out with his Scooby-Doo video essay, I will absolutely be hyping it up and supporting because the kid is putting a lot of work into it, and I'm very proud of him for it. He's a hoot and a holler, I'll tell you what. He's a character. But yeah, Scooby-Doo, very good. The live-action movies, they really did hit. And they had no reason to hit the way they did, but they really hit. So, love that. Okay, I have mentioned this before, but I'm going to say it again. I'm probably only going to stream for about 30 more minutes or so, because I have things I still need to do with my day. Every day I make a to-do list for myself, because I enjoy to-do listing. It helps me stay productive and stay like on track throughout my day, basically. And so I still have quite a few things left to do on my to-do list today. So unfortunately, this is going to have to be a rather quick stream. However, I am very thankful for everyone who has made an appearance thus far and has joined. Got like a couple of people who have come in multiple times now, which is like, oh, thank you guys. It's very sweet. But you know, it's funny. Oh, something I mentioned last stream, like very briefly, that I am like starting to implement in my life, which is like cool and exciting and a little nerve-wracking, but like mostly cool and exciting. I mentioned last stream, like, hey, I'm kind of thinking about changing my name. Like, what the heck are the thoughts on that? Because I don't know, like I feel like that's not a super common thing. Like it's a common enough thing, but it's not like a super common thing to go by a name that isn't the name that you were like born with or whatever. And that's like not associated by nickname really. And since then I have started to like officially go by said altered name. And on stream on this channel, I've decided my name is gonna be like Lindley. Like that's cute, fun, I don't know, quirky. But IRL, I'm gonna start going by May, M-A-Y, which I really like and I think makes me happy. And I don't know. My dad always tells me like his main thing in life is just do things that make you happy. You know, like just be happy. Like that's what your goal should be. Like don't worry too much and just be happy. Literally, don't worry, be happy. Oh my God, how have I never realized that before? So that's kind of one of my big goals this year is to just like in every way that I possibly can do what makes me happy. And like cut out things that don't make me happy, you know? And so, por ejemplo, my old name didn't really make me happy. It didn't really feel like me. I didn't really like it. And so honestly, I think it was in like 10th grade when I first started wanting to be called a different name. Like it's been a while now that I've wanted a different name. And so I made it an official New Year's resolution for myself to go by May. And it's certainly like a strange thing telling IRL people that I want to go by a different name because like it kind of feels like I don't know, it's like kind of scary. Like on one hand it's like, ooh, are they gonna ask questions? Are they gonna be weird about it? Like what's gonna happen? But then on the other hand, it's like most people are like very chill and like, yeah, sure about it. So I don't know, it's like a weird thing. In a way, it kind of feels like, I don't know, like coming out a little bit. Like it's kind of that similar feeling of like, ooh, how are they gonna take it? Which is very interesting. But I guess in that it's like a little risky. Like, you know, it's not. It's literally just the name that I go by. Maybe I'm overthinking it. That's probably what it is. I do that frequently. I tend to overthink things. But hey, you can thank social media and the internet for doing that one for me. I can't wait for in like 10 to 15 years studies to start coming out that are like, well, I'm sure they're already existing, but like a lot of studies, you know, there to be like a breadth of academic knowledge about like what social media has done to affect the brain, specifically with like anxiety and depression and things like that. Like, cause I know, we all know, but like I want to know, you know? I want to know, you know? So I think that will be very interesting in a time, in a whenever, how long it takes for academics to start really picking up the ball on that one. I'm ready to read them. I'll read them. I'm not even an academic and I'll be ready to read that about what it's done to our brains. Because I know, and you know, and we all know that social media has goofed us all up in the brain. Very strongly. If nothing else, attention spans, my lord, attention spans are non-existent now. Because it's essentially like, what I feel like social media, like living with social media is like consistently living in a casino, you know? Like, at any point you could be getting a notification which will like give you a little shot of dopamine, you know? Like at any point, oh, you could get a notification that you got a like, you know, or anything like that, like at any point in your day. And it's just like, that's not how our brains are supposed to live, living like waiting on edge for dopamine kicks throughout the day. Like, that's not good. You're not supposed to wait for dopamine, you're supposed to create dopamine. Ooh, bars. Did she just do something there? No. But yeah, social media is very bad, I personally think. I kind of got off it for a while. Like I deleted it off my phone completely and whatnot for a while, and that was really nice. It felt really good to not have to like be on them at all. Felt really good. But unfortunately, it is a very addictive thing, social media. And so it did not take long for me to, oh Lord, hop back on. Especially because, like, I want to be able to, like, talk about this and, like, tell people, hey, I'm going streaming or whatever. Come join me. And so I kind of need social media for that. It's a two-edged sword. That's what it is. Social media is a two-edged sword. Because A, it's very good in the realm of networking and talking to people and, you know, sharing what's going on and all of that. But at the same time, it is very bad in a lot of other ways, like all of the other ways. Like, if it had just stayed like a no money involved, fun way to talk to people kind of thing, I think it would have been fine. But then, like, advertising and shit like that started to get involved, and that's arguably where things started to get really bad. Because then everyone was like, ooh, how can I monetize content on this app? Same with, that's kind of why I feel like the difference between YouTube versus Twitch in a way. I feel like YouTube is a lot more monetized and a lot more like advertiser friendly than, like, obviously Twitch has advertisements and whatnot, but it is less like mainstream, I want to say. I don't know if that makes sense, but like that's kind of how I feel about it. And because, like, more obviously YouTube is more accessible to like the broader audience than Twitch is, because Twitch is like, oh yes, I am gaming, this is what I do, I am a gamer, you know, versus YouTube, which is everything under the fucking sun. So I think that is part of the reason why, maybe, is that it's a much more niche audience. And I'm sure that sooner than later it will expand and like more different types of content creators will get on Twitch. But as of right now, it's still relatively niche. Obviously, there's like, since the origins of it, which was really like, you know, League of Legends, live streaming tournaments and shit like that. Like, it's become a lot more expanded as a platform already, but I would say it's still relatively niche. I think that's something that's really interesting about social media platforms too, is like how some of them are very niche markets. Like, for example, this day and age, I know that Tumblr used to be a lot more like widely populated and used by pretty broad audiences, but I would argue since like I would argue since like maybe 2013, like 2016 probably, Tumblr has become like a very niche market, specifically for people who are like fandom oriented people. Oh my god. Did you hear that? I don't know if that picked up on the mic, but I just cracked like every muscle in my back. Every bone in my neck. And that felt very nice. But let me check, hold on. Give me one quickie to check the health of the stream. Yeah, we're doing good. Hee. Today has been fun. I have enjoyed this stream. I'm probably only going to go for like 30 more minutes or so, because A, I'm getting sleepy. B, I still have shit left to do with my day, like I've already said. And, I don't know. Sometimes the vibes are what they are. God damn, I've been trying with my progress here. I've made some decent progress, but shit, I still got so much left to do. Don't mind me just going full Southern with that one. Full flex, I have a very good Southern accent because, as I mentioned previously in chat, much of my family is from the Midwest, and so it is very easy for me, or not the Midwest, from the South. Midwest too, but the South, my family from the South, it is very easy to replicate them and do a decent accent. I'm actually okay, part 2 full flex. I'm really good at accents. Like that's, I don't know why. Both my mother and I are very good at accents, and it is something I very thoroughly enjoy doing. I love doing accents. They're funny, silly, goofy things to do. So, oh, hello, friend who has just joined. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the question too. The plan for this piece. So, as you can see, I've got all of these lines here. And you can't really tell very well, unfortunately, because quality of camera meets distance meets, all of the other factors. Basically, these darkened areas here and what I'm working on right now are dotted. I essentially follow the line work and go in and darken it all through dotting, and then like go into these like blanks areas like here and just add like sparse little polka dots. Stippling. It's called stippling. And so I am essentially going through and stippling through the entire piece. You can kind of see here in places like this, along this edge where I've already stippled, because when I originally thought I had finished the piece, I had just had stippling going along kind of like the curves or whatnot. But upon like further looking at it, I was like, nah, we're gonna go full send. And so that's the plan, is to fill the whole piece with stippling. However, it is taking me a very long time, and I don't have too much time left before I have to leave to go back to San Antonio, where my grandparents are not, because this piece is going to my grandparents. I love them very dearly and told them, hey, you're getting one of my art pieces for Christmas. So I have to finish it before I go back, and so I am, I think I'm at, okay, wait, so I've already been doing it for an hour, over an hour today. I did 2 hours, so that's 3 hours. That was 2 hours, so that's 5 hours. This was like 7 hours so far. No, probably like 6 hours. So, and then the background was like 4 hours. I think I'm at like 15 hours right now, something like that. I don't know. I'm at a lot of hours already on this piece, and as you can tell, there's still so much left to do. I'm low-key going crazy over this piece, but I really, really want to finish it. So I think I'm gonna have to start working on it while not streaming, because like if I want to be able to finish it before I leave, I've got to get my act together and start grinding on it a little bit. So you might, in between this stream and next stream, see a lot of progress. Hopefully, I'm hoping, hopefully there will be a lot of progress between this stream and next stream on it. This is the unfortunate thing about my artwork. The unfortunate but also simultaneously very unique thing about my artwork is it is just like hyper detailed. Like it just takes so long to do because I'm going in and doing tiny detailed works throughout. So it's cool and I love it. I love my art. I really do. I'm like, that's one of my things that I'm most proud of is my art. But however, it just takes for fucking ever to complete a piece because, like I said, it takes a long time. However, I was really impressed with myself. I managed to complete, I think it was 14? Yeah, my art gallery that I did over this past semester, I had already finished one of the pieces, and that one was the longest. That one took 14 hours. So 13 pieces. I completed 13 pieces, 6 of which were very, very simplistic pieces, like nothing like this. But I was able to complete, so I guess it was really only, what is 13 minus 6? 7. I completed 7 pieces in the span of 3 months, I think, which, honestly is really good for me because normally it would take much longer time to complete the same amount of pieces. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it definitely is the very, very rewarding, I would say, to like finish one of my like really crazy pieces, just simply because I can look back at it and be like, yo, I did that. Like, that is a thing that I have accomplished. I've put X amount of hours into something and seen fruition, seen it through to fruition, which, not all, it's hard. It's hard to, this is something I feel very strongly. Like, obviously, starting a project is not easy, but it is so much harder to finish a project than to start a project because halfway through you're elbow deep into the project and you're like, whose fucking idea was this? Like, who decided I was gonna do this thing? Like, and so I personally find a lot of joy in completing projects that I start because then it's kind of like that satisfying. Um, crossing the finish line kind of thing. It feels very good for me personally. Um, I don't know, I say for me personally a lot when I'm talking about these kinds of things because from experience I have learned I kind of like, I don't know, I very strongly latch onto feelings of like success and, those kinds of things when not everyone is the same way, where they're like driven by that need to succeed and whatnot, which just does come from like living in a household of people who are like very, very, oh fuck, what is that word? Oh shit, it starts with an A. Ambitious! Haha! Coming from a household with very, very ambitious people, I guess that's kind of where it comes from. That's like need to have success and do all the things. Also capitalism, that'll do it. That'll do it, But for me personally, I'm very driven to that. And so success and completion of a project feels very strongly like correct, because of that in a way. So honestly, that's probably my favorite part of the process of creating a piece is like being done with it and getting to take a step back and really look at it and be like, yo, I did that. Like that's my favorite part personally. Take a lot of pride in that. But I don't know. I get that everyone's different. Oh lordy. Alright. I'm gonna try and stick it out till 6. But I am getting sleepy. I've done some good effort. I've put in some good work today. I think. I hope. I don't know. Sometimes this is a hard part about it. Sometimes you look at like what you've accomplished and it's like, 1/20th of the entire piece and you're like, wow, I've done absolutely shit. When in actuality, like, you've made good progress. You've made good progress. It just like doesn't, you still have a lot left to do. My mother always says, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So it's like, you spend 30 minutes or like an hour and a half taking one bite, which can get rather frustrating and tiring. Oh lordy. I love how at the start of this stream today I said, I'm gonna try and talk less throughout the stream. Me goes and monologues for an hour and a half. As per usual. As per usual for me. At this point, this is really just becoming like a diary for me. Just to like get out my ideas and my thoughts and what's going on in my brain. But it's nice. I enjoy it. It is also very fun when I get to like talk with people too. Although I'm not always the best at like catching that people are saying things, and like I always feel like I have an awkward pause where I'm reading it and I'm like, what are you saying? And then like go back to talking. But you know what? It is a strong learning curve. There's always a learning curve, isn't it? We always move upwards, learning, going, succeeding. See, that's what I mean. Always going back to succeeding and success. This is like, objectively, this is looking cool. I'm very happy with how this piece is coming out. I think it will come together very strongly. I hope so. For me to put this much fucking work into it, it better. I don't know. I think this is gonna be my longest piece I've ever done. Because my second longest was 13 hours, or 14 hours. And I think I'm about 14 hours right now, and obviously I still have, you know, at least 20 hours left to go. Something like that, probably. About 20 hours left to go. That would be my guess. Although I couldn't really tell ya. I don't quite know. I was talking about that earlier. I was talking about accents earlier. But yay at ambition. Yes, I agree. Yay. Okay, no, literally I do that too. Where over the summer, or over, when was it? I don't remember. At one point I had this piece, because I did the back for this piece, without the adding the stippling, back at the start of, like, the end of the summer. And so I was like working on that piece, and then I had another piece I had like 3 other pieces I was working on all at once, and I would kind of like rotate my way through them. Like whenever I got bored with one project, I would like go and work on another one. So I completely understand the like rotation. But honestly, I feel like that's kind of an effective way to do it, like having multiple things that you're doing at once, because that way like you can do that where like when you lose a little bit of your fire for one project, you can just, you know, you're still being productive and you're still like putting your energy out there and whatnot. It's just to a different one of your projects. And of course, like a lot of people would say like, no, you need to focus your energy on one thing and then that way that will be successful or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like having multiple projects at once is not necessarily a bad thing, because that way you don't ever burn out on one specific thing, you know? You can have lots of different passion projects and whatnot that you're working on. So I do understand that. But yeah, getting around to finishing things, that is the difficult part. Because then it's like, you know, you get 75. That's how I am with books, honestly. That's how I am. Books and TV shows. God, I am the worst about finishing TV shows. I don't know why, what it is about me, but like I think I have started like 40 animes, and I'll get like 2 or 3 seasons in, and they're all like, some of them are only like 3 seasons long, and I'll get like 2 seasons in, and then I just won't finish the last season. I don't know why I do this, but like I can rattle off probably 50 not 50, but like, so I can't even express how many animes I've started and then just not finished. It is ridiculous. But I'm trying, one of my goals this year is actually more book oriented, not show oriented. I'm trying to finish, one of my goals is to finish 10 books this year. Because I haven't really like sat down and read, like finished a book in, I could not tell you how long. And so that's one of my goals, is to read 10 books this year. Read and finish 10 books this year. And I'm already like halfway through one. I'm reading Gone Girl, which I had never read before. But of course it's, you know, apparently one of the bestest books. And it is very, very good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I hate all of the characters. They're all terrible. Like they're well written, obviously, but I just don't like them. But it is a very, very good book. So definitely would suggest reading that one. Because it is good. It's a very good book. Oh, doing the back stretch again because I don't know why. My back. My legs. That's a SpongeBob reference. So fun fact about me, growing up as a child, I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob. So now whenever I make a SpongeBob reference, I'm very proud of myself. Like, look at me do SpongeBob. I know SpongeBob. I don't. It's really just me making references from things I've seen on the internet. I don't understand fully the context or anything like that. You know, the childhood nostalgia behind it, but I can make the references. Isn't that something? I get a lot of shit from my friends about not knowing SpongeBob, but like objectively not my fault. Like literally objectively. Literally objectively. God, sometimes I say things and then I'm shocked at the things that I say. But yeah. I also grew up in a household where like wasn't allowed to read Harry Potter because it was like not it was like anti-Christian and witches and shit. It was also like part of it was the children were always like going against the rules and being bad children and then like being praised for it. That was part of the reasoning. But mostly it was like, you know, witchy shit. Like they didn't like witchy shit. But like I distinctly remember, oh my god, I distinctly remember hearing my first pop song. My first pop song, keep in mind, that I ever heard, I remember it. It was Hey There Delilah. I heard Hey There Delilah, I think I was probably 10 or 11 years old. And that was like the first pop song I had ever heard. Or like song that wasn't like Kids Bop or like Christian music or like one of the weird cassette tapes that my mom had for us. I listened to a lot of Kenny Loggins growing up, but specifically like Kenny Loggins had these like Disney things that he did. I listened to a lot of like Kenny Loggins covers of Disney music growing up. But yeah, so I was like 10 or 11 and I heard Hey There Delilah for the first time, and I distinctly remember thinking, like adamantly thinking in my mind, oh my god, like this song is so provocative, like what, like why are we listening to this? Like I think I saw the music video for it too, and I was just like, oh my god, like this is crazy, like, why am I watching this? Like girl. So if you're wondering why I am the way that I am, that is the way that I am. That is why I am the way that I am, because I was 12 years old and I thought Hey There Delilah was problematic. No. Actually, okay, to be fair, I think I got my first iPod when I was, how old was I? 6th grade? Maybe 7th grade? I think I was 7th grade when I got my first iPod. And my first phone. It was a little flip phone. I was in 7th grade and I had a flip phone. I thought that was the coolest shit. God, I can't wait to have like grandchildren someday and be like, I remember when the internet first came out. You ever heard of a flip phone before? Like I'm gonna be one of those annoying old people. I already know it and I cannot wait for it. It's gonna be so fun. I can't wait to be old and just like absolutely the wackest person you've ever met. Like old people get to be crazy and like no one bats an eye. They're just like, look at that crazy old person. Like I want to be that crazy old person right now. I want to be unhinged without people asking questions as to why I'm unhinged. Let me be unhinged. This is 2K22. Let May Mannion be unhinged because it's what she wants. That's what I desire. I guess technically I can do anything I want to and just like completely full send it right now. I might. Bitch, I might. To watch The Simpsons. Oh wait, that's so cute. See, I've never thought of it as like, okay, first of all, yeah, no, Simpsons, anything like that was a no-go for sure for me. Like none of that was allowed. I really was only allowed to watch like Disney and like occasionally Cartoon Network, but it was like specifically like, I don't even know. I watched Jimmy Neutron, and even that was controversial. My parents were like, Jimmy Neutron? I don't know about that one. But about the books things, that's so cute. I've never thought about like not wanting a book to end because it's like you don't want it to end. For me, it's always just been like, I don't know, I just get lazy, I guess. And I'm like, I'll forget about it, or like something else piques my interest. But I love that. I think that's so sweet that you just like don't want it to end. It's like, I'd rather just not know how it ends than finish it. I feel like the ending is sometimes the best part though, you know? Like that's where you get the resolution, that's where the questions get answered. I don't know. Specifically, oh my god, specifically with Gone Girl, like that's how I feel about this right now. Is like there are so many dang questions Because it's like a mystery. If you don't know Gone Girl, it's a mystery about a girl going missing. And so, of course, there are like so many questions, and it's like, oh, what's gonna happen? So I'm busting my way through this novel so that I can figure out like who done it, essentially, like what happened. But it's very good. I'm enjoying it a lot. And then of course everyone, like I've heard from everyone under the sun that like the twist, because it's got like this huge twist, it's like this crazy crazy thing that like no one expects or predicts or something. So I'm excited to see what the twist of Gone Girl is, and like have my mind completely blown by the storyline or whatever. um okay, I think I'm going to end stream here today. No, I can make it 5 more minutes. Okay, 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna end stream. I don't know. This is something that like I have been learning about streaming that I didn't really know before. It takes a lot of stamina. I'll tell you what, streaming takes stamina, because not only do you have to be like, I don't know, first of all, standing, standing for, which of course I could have a sitting setup, but I really did not like my sitting setup last time. I felt very like trapped in my chair, and I kind of wanted to like, I mean, you've seen, I've been like moving around this whole time. But so not only is standing, like you gotta stand for however long, but also it is a challenging thing, I would say, to be like on your entertaining A game for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. Like, I don't know. It is a challenge to entertain for 3 hours straight, you know? And of course I've only been streaming for, what is it, an hour and 39 minutes at this point, but however, it is still a thing. Especially when your brain like goes, sometimes my brain goes dumb where I'm just like, it's called dissociation. Dissociation, babes. It's dissociation. That was an Adele reference. In any case, so sometimes I will like hyper dissociate while just like mid conversation, which is so frequently why on this channel on streaming I'll be like, what was I talking about? It's because my brain goes away. More specifically, like my soul goes away. But yes, streaming can be relatively difficult. Being entertaining can be difficult. It's also like after a while you run out of things to say. It's like, what else do I have to fucking say? I always have something else to say. I have learned. This is something I have learned about myself. I can hold a conversation with quite literally a camera, which is interesting. It's just me talking to myself for an hour and a half straight. I'm proud of myself for that. And if I don't have someone to talk to, I just tell stories. I think I'm going to try and do that next stream. Just start like telling stories about like made up stories about like random stuff. Because it's kind of fun to do, low-key. Just like tell stories. I don't know. So I think I'm going to do that next stream. Just like tell a story. My next stream will probably be on, what is today, Sunday? Tuesday. I think it's going to be a Tuesday stream. My goal is to do Sundays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. Because I told myself, one of my other goals, I had 10 goals this year for 2022. One of my other goals for 2022 was to stream 3 times a week. Which as of right now is like not super complicated and is relatively simple to do, but it's going to be a bit of a challenge whenever school gets back in session. So we will see how well I manage to do it then. But I'm going to try really hard because I'm only in however many, 12 hours? Yeah, I'm only in 12 credit hours next semester, so I'm hoping that I will be able to maintain a solid streaming schedule. And that way I can still like do a lot of art, and also I have an art class next semester, so like, sorry, don't mind me, I'm just getting my paint. This paint is like over almost a year old now, so I'm like trying to keep it alive because I still have a lot of painting left to do with this paint, so we'll see. But in any case, Tuesday I will be streaming again. Good heavens. So thank you so much to everyone who came into stream today. I really had a lot of fun today. And I will see whoever decides to join me next time when I continue work on this piece. All right, goodbye.